Hey, good morning, everyone. Scary here. It's a Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend, wherever you are in the world. Here in Cincinnati, Ohio, we're dealing with all kinds of fucking different weather. Today it's snowing. It's fucking snowing. And last week it was in the 60s. That's weather in Ohio. Anyway, subject matter today is called corporate greed. We're going to talk a little bit about that. 2 weeks ago, I watched a program on YouTube. It was about the rise and fall of Youngstown, Ohio steel mills. If you're too young to remember, I was 17 years old when they closed their plants, but I wasn't living in Ohio. I was living in Massachusetts. But I remember reading about it. I remember my parents reading about it and talking about it when we were living in Massachusetts. They called it Black Monday. I think it was September 17th, 1977. I think it was a Monday. The people in charge of U.S. Steel and the corporate America, with one swipe of the pen, shut the fucking doors. The immediate effect was 4,000 men and women were unemployed that fast. Think about that. But it didn't start on Black Monday. It started a few months before that. See, corporate greed is the downfall of everything. It really is. Greed is one of the seven forbidden sins, I think that's called. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But greed is really bad shit, man. Especially when people are fucked for it. So, months before September 17th, 1977, they started out by saying, okay, we're not going to have the night shift open anymore. We're getting rid of the night shift. Gone. We don't need that. Turn the blast furnace off overnight. We don't need it because we're not going to have the night guys in there anymore. That was the first ripple effect. A few months later, maybe a month later, it's all in the documentary, but I think a month later, they shut off the second shift. Now all that was left was the morning shift. Now people on the second shift and the overnight shift are scrambling for the jobs in the morning would have higher seniority because they're scrambling. They're out of work. They got to find a way to get paid. And then that fateful morning in September of 1977, they had their lunch pails. They all went to work at the steel mills in Youngstown, only to find the doors were locked. The gates were locked with posts out front saying, we're closed. The swipe of a pen in corporate America, somewhere, the swipe of a pen. Guy has his pen, he goes, fuck them. 4,000 jobs. Like that, gone. After watching the program, I had a pit in my stomach for a week. And every now and then throughout my day, today and for the rest of my life, I'm going to think about this. Because now I'm an adult. And when I was 17 years old, it was happening. I was a kid. I heard about it. But now I'm thinking about it because I watched it on TV the other day. The documentary. It's horrible. The ripple effect was, just to name a few things, alcoholism, drug abuse, domestic violence. That was just 3 of the ripple effects that happened in that community of Youngstown, Ohio. Can you imagine? All of a sudden, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or some of the people made good money, so according to this video, they had money saved up, but they went through that money fast because they were out of work. There was nothing left. There was nothing left in Youngstown for them to do that was their skill level. They couldn't go sell cars. They couldn't use a typewriter. They couldn't do anything that wasn't a steel mill. That's all. From the age of 16 on up till the day they got laid off. They didn't know any other skill. Gone. Businesses were affected. Grocery stores, bars, restaurants, you name it. Everything was a ripple effect in Youngstown. And why? Why? Because someone in corporate America said, fuck you. We're going to save money. We appreciate your service. Fuck you. That's what it came down to. And just recently on the news, I was watching Youngstown, Ohio, which is a suburb of Youngstown. They built the Chevy Cruze auto plant, a mid-sized sedan, for years and years and years, maybe 30 years. I don't think it was that long. But the plant was there 30 years. They didn't make the Chevy Cruze for 30 years. They closed their doors. They said, fuck you. And I was motivated enough to talk about this today because I was talking to a buddy of mine this morning and yesterday on how my old job is right in line. I mean, I work for a grocery store, but everywhere I go, I see it everywhere I go. I mean, I'll go to a Lowe's or I'll go to a Home Depot or I'll go to a Best Buy or I'll go to a Target or I'll go to, you know what I'm saying? See, I'm going to a Macy's. I'm going to a Dillard's. I'm going to these places for goods and services. There's no help. There's nobody there to help you. You look around for someone to help you. I got a box of nails, but I need some 16-penny nails. Anyone? Hello? 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 There's nobody there. Why? Well, because somebody in corporate America is saying, you know something? We don't need you. Somebody in an office, some corporate savage cocksucker is in an office with a piece of paper and a list of things he could do. Well, I could chop that guy off of there. We could chop that woman off that shift. We don't need her there. I could chop that guy out of there. And instead of having 5 people on a shift in the morning, we'll just go with 2. And on paper, we can do it. On paper, it looks like we can do it. What do you think, guys? Yeah, on paper, we can do it. And then they send that down to the little stores. And then the managers in the little stores go, well, fuck. How am I supposed to run that department with 2 people? But they don't care. Corporate America, they don't care. Because where corporate people can save money, they're going to save money. Why? So they can have a nicer car. They can go to Europe for that trip they promised their wife. They can join that country club they've always wanted to join. You see where this is going? Oh, they could buy some Bitcoin. Now they wanted to buy some Bitcoin. Yeah, they want to send Junior to an Ivy League school. They want to send their daughter to an Ivy League school. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for the white-collar worker. But not all white-collar workers have that kind of privilege. It's the people in higher up, the corporate, the people with the golden pen to swipe jobs. Youngstown, Ohio steel mills, 4,000 jobs. The ripple effect over a period of 10 years, 50,000 jobs were lost in the steel industry due to the closure of the Youngstown plant. It's a fact. You can read it. You can look it up. Over a 10 to 12 year period, 50,000 jobs were affected because of someone in corporate greed, because Japanese steel was cheaper. So we're going to buy it from Japan. Same thing happened in Pittsburgh. You drive through Pittsburgh and you see all these plants. They're black as night. They're all along the river. It's so depressing to see that if you look at these steel mills, it's so depressing to see. I've driven through Youngstown. On my way home from Cape Cod in 1985, we took some back roads on the way home. Went through Youngstown. I'm like, God damn, this is depressing. What happened here? It's bad. So they want more with less. I'm speaking from my experience when I was still working for my company. It takes 2 hours to set the fresh meat case. And they want it, and corporate, they want it done every day fresh. Fresh every day. Fresh. Customer comes first, fresh. So it takes 2 hours. And then you have to have someone else out in the sales floor doing the markdowns. Got to mark down everything 1 day out. That takes an hour. And then you need someone else to stack down a fresh meat truck, which could be two skids, which could be anywhere from 200 to 500 items of boxes, physically stacking off of a meat skid. a 2,000-pound skid. That has to be stacked down, which is physical labor. So that's that's 3 people. And that's just the 3 people in the morning shift, okay? And then after the markdowns are done, and the service case is set, and the seafood case, mind you, is set. That's another person I forgot. That's 4. That's 4 people. And the floor is they want they want everything straightened out first thing in the morning. They want that done too. All by 9 o'clock. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're starting to get it, right? You're starting to get it, people watching this. And the people that are watching this that are in retail, they're going, yeah, man, preach it, brother. Yeah, I'm doing it, right? So that's 4 people on a shift from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. You got to get all that shit done in 3 hours. You better get it done, goddammit. Then, and then because you got to take your breaks, so you get 2 15-minute breaks in an 8-hour shift. So now let's take it to real time. This is good, right? I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. What used to be a 4-person shift between the hours of 6 a.m., because they pushed the hours back. It used to be 5 a.m. From 6 a.m. to 9, they pushed it back to 2 people. 2 people. Hello. One that sets the seafood case. And the guy that's supposed to set service. Do markdowns. Stack the truck. Straighten the cases. Fill the floor. And get both brakes in. Can't be done. Something gets missed. Something has to get missed. And then you got management, breathing down your throat. Why can't we need this? We need this. We need this. You got to do that. You got to do this. Do. Because they're getting yelled at from people above them. And it's not just where I used to work. It's not just a grocery store. That's everywhere. Like I used to go into a Lowe's for hardware because I like Lowe's over Home Depot. I just do. It's a personal preference. I go into a Lowe's for something. 3 years ago, there was people climbing all over each other. You had help everywhere. You turn the corner, someone say, hey, can I help you? Hey, you turn another corner, hey, someone help you. That's gone. It's gone. They've tightened their belt too. Same with Target. I like Target. I like going to Target. They got all kinds of cool shit there. No help there either. So it's a fever across America right now. And has been for a while now, if you haven't noticed. But they're chopping hours. Why? Because corporate greed. Somebody in their ivory tower, downtown office, wherever their downtown corporate office is, wherever their office is, there's some asshole with a piece of paper and his calculator, and he's seeing where I can save, what shifts I can remove. Well, if I save here, I can do this. If I take from this box and put it in this box, oh yeah. So we can actually do the work, instead of 5 people, do it with 2 people, and we can save this amount of money. It'll work. And then you pass that off to your boss, who's down the hall in a nicer office with a better view, and he looks at it while he's getting his second cup of coffee from his sexy fucking secretary that has, we're not going to go there. And then he gets a second cup of coffee in him. He's looking at the paper and he's going, yeah, well, if Harold thinks it works, it's going to work. There, send that down to the little people in the stores. Effective tomorrow. Cut the shifts. Fuck them. That's what goes on. Excuse me. Didn't take my allergy pill today, so my fucking throat is all jacked up. Anyway, TMI. So, that's corporate greed. Youngstown, Ohio. Lordstown. America. Corporate America. Everyone who's in retail of any kind across the country. They're saying, hey, butcher boy, preach. Yeah, we want to hear it. Tell us how it is. I'm telling you how it is. It's bullshit. The rich get richer. And the little guy, most of the people I used to work with working paycheck to paycheck. The only way you can make more money is to be a boss. I was an assistant boss, so I made better money than the people below me. But there's a lot of people below me that made paycheck to paycheck. If their car went out and had a problem, they had to walk to work or get the city bus. They were fucked. But the people in corporate office, they don't give a fuck. And that's every company across the country. Talk to the people of Youngstown, Ohio, and how they're affected right now. And the people in 1977 in Youngstown, how it destroyed a city for corporate greed. You all have a great Monday. I was a little serious today, but I had to say it. Sometimes I just got to come out and say it. I speak from the real world. You have a nice Monday. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out.